as many Canadians struggle with their rising grocery bills and wonder if higher prices are simply to supersize supermarket profits, here's something else critics of big grocery can chew on. Galen Weston, the familiar face at the head of Loblaws, is taking home more money this year. Jeannie Lee is here to pick up that story for us. So, Jeannie, how much money are we talking about?
Well, we're talking about a total pay package of just under $11.8 million, which works out to roughly $1 million a month, you'll notice. And here's how it breaks down according to filings, regulatory filings, and this was first reported by the Globe and Mail, and the CBC News has since confirmed these details, that Galen Weston's pay stub breaks down this way. For the fiscal year 2022, which just ended, the salary was $1.3 million, and there were stock options of $6.9 million, and a bonus of $3.5 million for that total of $11.79 million. And the increase from the year before was $1.2 million. Now, his roles, we have to remind you, include Loblaws chairman and president, and George Weston, which is the holding company of the many companies that fall under that umbrella, which include Loblaws. He's chairman and CEO, so quite a lot of hats there. Now, Weston, of course, has been under all kinds of heat for making more money as a supermarket chain than at this time when everyone is struggling with, their grocery bills. So grocery CEOs, and not just Galen Weston, but others, have denied that they're pushing prices beyond what their suppliers are charging them in terms of increases, and that if profits are up, it's because of higher end products like beauty products. But this is still hard to swallow for people who are pinching pennies, and I'm sure that they'll find these numbers hard to swallow as well.
Yeah, probably a little bit. So how does Loblaws explain this?
Well, that's what we wanted to find out. We reached out to the company and asked a very specific question. Given the economic anxiety that consumers are facing as food prices soar, why do you think it was appropriate to raise CEO pay at this time? And here is the answer from Catherine Thomas of Loblaws. This is not a unique pat on the back or a reflection of a moment in time. Loblaws compensation review for senior executives is a standard and routine practice every 2 years and overseen by the company's board of directors. And this is she goes on to say that it's to make sure that everything is competitive and in line with other companies, and she says that it is. And we should say that this was approved by outside consultant hired by George Weston, and that this was approved accordingly as being in line with other types of compensation for similar jobs of that value. And we should say that Galen Weston actually only had one of those two titles at Loblaws earlier on in the year 2021. He came back full-time, adding another role to it. So if you want to, look at that and see if that is a fair reason for that increase in total compensation, I'm putting it out there for you to consider.
Putting it out there. Thank you, Jeannie.
All right.